Y'all doing out there? I'm gonna do some talking today. Don't take it personal what I say. If you ain't got a sense of humor, then you need to go. Cause I'm gonna say it what I feel like. Cause I rise on my vibration. I know I'm a winner. I know I'm here to do something, have fun, and live my life. See, we was all rolling down the street. You remember them days when we do the things we should not do? I remember some days, and I take it too. I'm gonna go back when we was going fishing with my daddy, and my sisters, and we was in that truck, allegedly. I don't want to get mad, sis. Don't get upset. I'm just talking about that time when, we went fishing and stuff. And then I stayed in the car because, I wasn't going out to that lake. I knew it was out there. You said, why you ain't coming out there? So you and Dad went out there, and they were snakes everywhere. And you just screaming and hollering. She was out there, because they were everywhere. I mean, snakes everywhere when you walked out there. I said, I'm not going down. I'm not going. And then she was running back, and Daddy was running. She jumped on Daddy and said, Daddy, save me. And they was coming back to the car. See, we was going fishing. We love to get out in the country sometimes, just because, you're a country girl, you a city girl, you got mixed up in stuff. You got to have fun with your life, But I love the country because we was doing naughty things. I remember the time they were playing baseball with my dolls, the heads of our dolls back then. My uncles and aunties, allegedly, we had good times, We would sit there and we'd all have a meal that was so good, Man, that food, I could smell it in my nose, man. It was just soul food. We was down there with Grandma and Grandpa, how we do. If you ever watch, the movies where they have food like greens, and they had turkey, they had ham, and they had everything, and we was eating good back in the day, man. That's why we was healthy, y'all. Y'all know we was healthy, kinfolk. We had good meals back in the day. We wasn't lacking on nothing. And then I got grown, and things, as I got my little bug, I was driving back down to my grandma's house. But before I got to my grandma's house, y'all, let me tell you what happened. Yeah, it was scary as hell. There was a big snake that I rolled over. It rolled over. My whole car was shaking and rolled over like one of them, one of them anacondas. You see that anaconda movie where the big snake was across the road, and it had me tumbling this big, and I was like, please don't come back. I thought it was going to circle back around, wrap my little bug that I was driving down to the country, man. You talk about screaming. While I was driving, I was screaming and driving. I'm telling you, I was screaming. I mean, that was when that's when I got my license and stuff. And I was like, I ain't bringing, I'm not going back that number. You know what I just read on? That's a big snake. That snake was big, man. And then it wanted to come back. It was like a cartoon. That car rolled my whole car because it was a bug, So, I was just telling people, always be cautious, when you go somewhere and you're like at nighttime. And this was at night, see. And I should have known better. Usually I go in the daytime, It looked like it was coming from the graveyard. And it was coming from the graveyard, y'all. This big old snake. I mean, the snake shook my whole car and it was going to wrap it over. And I was like, please save me. Please don't let it eat me. So I was like, okay, I almost got swallowed up. And then I would tell you a story that's going to crack y'all up. And don't y'all start laughing too hard now. I remember a time back in the day when I went to my other grandma's house. I remember a story she was telling me when someone stole from her. See, my grandma was like, you stole from chickens, and this person was stealing chickens. Somebody stole chickens or whatever back in the day. And all I know is she told me that person came back because when, the karma that she got, I said, Grandma, what happened? Grandma said, I had to show her a little something. You don't come to my house and you don't steal my chickens and you don't run off with my chickens and then you go act like you didn't do nothing. You got me tore up. And I said, Grandma, what'd you do? I tore her ass up. That's what Grandma said. I said, okay, you tore her ass up. She was running back. Let me tell you, this chick ran back. Please, I'm sorry. Please, I would never steal again. Here's some money. I am so sorry. She ran back and I was like, what's wrong with her, Grandma? Well, she's a thief. When a thief get caught, what a thief do? They start rolling like they want that karma just hit them. I said, Grandma, well, tell me the story. I'll tell you a little bit when you get grown. See, when you're stealing the cookie jar for me, I don't play that. I will do a thief in a minute. I'm like, okay, come on, what was you doing? And so I remember a time, I was blowing it off. See, people had a big book, and I'm gonna tell you something, them sticks, boy, them sticks told back in the day, the slave traders and all that, they used to use us, use some of us to take care of their enemies, in mines in the past, they had I had some powerful greats out there that will tie your ass up. I mean, you bring that shit back. You bring that shit back. Because I used to see it, and that lady was looking, her hair was all plucked like a chicken plucked her hair out. It was there. I'm like, what happened to you? And ran out, just ran, because we used to live, it was across the graveyard. See, I didn't understand why Grandma lived right across the graveyard back in the day. God rest her soul. I'm not talking about your grandma. She over here like, what you telling all them all my business for? I'm like, I'm not telling her nothing, I'm just talking. Anyway, she's laughing now, because like I told you, I talk to spirits. In other words, spirits talk to me because I'm a medium. People think it's not true, but it is. I can't help it because I got homies and they know what's up, I talk to a lot of people, allegedly that tell me what happened to people, and I have to sit back and people not ready for the truth. Like I told them, they're not ready for the truth. They put me in the house because y'all telling me shit, and then I gotta go over there and save everybody. Then I gotta go to jail. I gotta get locked up in the mental hospital because that's all they trying to do to me now. Because I know too much. See, I always do. You know too much, they'll put something in your sippy cup and try to make you go loo 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 loo. But no, I'm not doing that. I just want to tell y'all, I had some good days in my life. And I had some good days with my aunties, and I tell them thank you. We used to hang out, boy. My aunties was fun as hell, man. See, we had one that was like me. My auntie that I'm talking about, she rolled with me like no other. We was just like, and I kind of turned out like her a little bit. She's a little, I hate to say it, she could be a little bit strict and sedity, but that's just the way she was. Now, the other one now, she was out there, and my sister and her got along, my other auntie. And I get along with her but they were always, they was in some shit, what I'm saying? Her brothers always had to come and get her out of some shit, but there ain't nothing wrong with that. Your brother's gonna take care of you. You mess with my sister, I'm gonna tie your ass up, and I was like, yeah, Grandpa come down there, you mess with you better handle up. That's how it was. And then I got to go to school down there, and I wasn't even enrolled in there. I was in school. I ain't kid you not, y'all. In the country, I could go to school, and I ain't even enrolled in this school. I was in the school just learning stuff, doing stuff with regular kids in the country. But it felt better because the food was good, man. The food was excellent. Like the food we get, oh man, you don't know what you're missing. Soul food was the bomb. Soul food, put it down, baby. So I love soul food. That's what gets us in trouble. See, my family know. Now, we was supposed to change because we got a little bit this and got a little bit that. But, we still got those ways of we want to smell that soul food because my grandpapa used to put it down in my grades, boy. They can cook, man. Now, these others and they use that plastic food. I don't know what they talking about now. Back in the day, they used to go out there and slaughter their own food, take care of their own thing. Now we got to worry about what we eat allegedly, But back in the day, man, it was just wonderful to go to dinner. Man, that dinner was so good. And we had all kinds of desserts, man. I remember one time there was like 50 desserts on all the tables. And then there was so much food I couldn't figure it out. So I had to take some home. I said, oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.